morning, good night, wherever you are in the wonderful world of Tottenham Hotspur. This is THFC Till I Die, the home of Spurs, past, present, and good-looking future, hopefully. So joining me today is the host of Spurs Between the Lines, Mia. So how are you today, Mia?
I am very happy. I get to see my England's Lionesses in a final on Sunday. So I am absolutely over the moon, Philip. Absolutely over the moon. I was going crazy this morning.
They played well. They played very well, actually. I thought from when Australia equalised, it might change a bit, but England, they actually played a great game plan. So congratulations to them. Did a great. It'll close down the country now on Sunday whenever they play Spain in the final. So yeah, it's achievement, really great achievement.
Yeah, Joe, what if we manage to get the World Cup and we've got the Euros back to back? That would be some achievement for us for the ladies' game. That really would.
It's probably never been done before.
Possibly not.
Maybe not in the same year, anyway. You know.
Yeah, so like I say, I'm absolutely over the moon. I was screaming and I got told off by my eldest. He was like, why were you going so crazy? And I was like, because it's the football, the women's football. And he's like, oh, I understand. Can you not scream so loudly, please? I was like, no, of course I'm going to shout. I was getting really animated and excited because when they scored, I was a bit like, oh, no. And then they put a bit of pressure on us. I was thinking, oh, God, they had a few chances and then we scored. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, I take pleasure now in seeing England teams beating Australia, especially in the cricket. I always think the Australians are so arrogant when it comes to things like that, you know. So it's nice putting them down in one. Apologies to any Australians listening, but you know, that's just the way it is, you know. And from an Irishman to say he supports England, that's probably dangerous talk as well. But anyway,
yeah, I was going to say.
Let's see who's in the chat. Dermot is actually having a few technical issues. He may join us later if he gets them sorted out. But in the meantime, we've got the regular visitors. We've got Carl Simpson saying good afternoon, all and everyone in the chat. Good afternoon, Carl. And Wayne Bonner is saying good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all well and having a good day. Well, anybody in England's having a good day, that's for sure. Maybe not so much in Australia, but anyway. And Wembley One is saying afternoon, everyone. Crickets and tumbleweed from us in the transfer market. Now the levy has trousered the cane money. Yeah, well, there are a few things we're going to be bringing up in the chat about that, which hopefully will put your mind at ease. But there is no confirmed transfer news. That's all we should really say there. And Adrian Troca is saying afternoon, all afternoon, Adrian. And Andrew Gregory, good afternoon, everyone as well. And Simon Cohen, hey, Simon. Afternoon, Adrian. I enjoy your comments on Alan's show. Very good. And that's the comments, I think, for now. Oh, Drula's in the house as well. Drula, Ellie's niece. Hi, Drula. And Tottenham forever. Big up, Dermo. How's the weather? How are you keeping? The question, what would you see as a successful season for us? I would take the FA Cup, League Cup, and the 5th place finish. I think we'd all take that. That'd be a brilliant season. What do you reckon, Mia? Would you take that?
I mean, that would be an outstanding season. What, two trophies in one go? Blimey. That would be our best season for a long, long time.
And also Champions League qualification if the rules are changed accordingly this season. So, yeah, I tell you, that would be a bad season at all. That would be excellent, you know. And now let's see what's the story here. Right, transfer news from Tottenham. Do we have any? This is one I don't think that some people will be too happy with. This is the player involved here is Clement Longley, who is on the verge, I believe, of signing for one of the clubs in Saudi Arabia. And apparently, Barcelona owe him a shed load of money because of the pay cut he took during COVID. And obviously, they're trying to more or less get that back, or trying to get a higher transfer fee for him anyway. But Longley, I don't think will leave Barcelona unless he's owed that, unless he's paid that money. And apparently, this is what this transfer someone is trying to block him going to Saudi and bringing him back to Tottenham, which a lot of people don't want. Mia, what's your view on Longley? Would you take him back as a backup defender?
No, I would take him as a backup. but I wouldn't take him as a backup. Yeah, I know. Everyone, this morning we had a bit of a laugh with the backup thing. But yeah, I would take him as that. But I think we were going to walk away from the deal because it was too expensive, because they still want like 15 million euros for him. So I'm not sure what to believe, because I've seen some things saying we're walking away, some saying we're still pushing for it and we're trying to block him going to Saudi Arabia, and other ones saying that he's definitely going Saudi Arabia. So your guess is as good as mine with that one.
I think what Spurs are trying to do is they're trying to get him on a lower transfer fee, but also to maybe write off the money that Barcelona owe Longley, and maybe come to some agreement. So I don't know. Who knows really? But I think the consensus is we'd rather get in someone like Tapsoba or Laporte or someone like that as another centre back rather than him. You know.
But the problem with that is, which I was explaining this morning, is that if we get a Tapsoba, he's going to sit on the bench, right? Because he's not going to take over Romero. So it's no point of paying that much money for a bench warmer. So I doubt we're going to get a Tapsoba.
That's probably why they're going for Longley, because he wouldn't be. Yeah. You know, he's used to sitting on the bench. He did it often enough last season. So yeah, that's an interesting point that about Tapsoba. Because it is going to be Longley and Van de Ven are going to be our regular centre backs, I think, you know. I think Romero is going to be okay for the weekend. I hope he is, actually, because he didn't seem to be too badly concussed when he went off the pitch on Sunday. But have you had a word with me in the dungeon there to see is he okay?
He's fine. I'm looking after him. I'm making sure he's all good, ready for Saturday. Sorry, not Sunday, Saturday. So don't worry.
That's good. Yeah, we need them against United, you know. And anyway,
apparently Laporte's apparently going to go to Saudi Arabia as well.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Isn't it crazy? Yeah, it's shocking. I think the waste of talent that's going out there, and it's purely the money. I mean, the likes of Jordan Henderson earning 40 million a year. It's just ridiculous.
Have you seen the there was something in the group chat about what they're offering Neymar, what he'll get. He's getting his own private his own private jet, a house with people basically to do all the work. He gets much money if he posts on social media posts. Crazy what he'll get. I was like, wow.
He gets $500,000 every time he sends out a tweet or a text praising Saudi Arabia and saying what a great place it is to live. So he could earn $2 million a night just by making a few texts. It's crazy. Dermot, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Grant, I'm back. I am back. Got my computer went in for surgery yesterday. Came out fine. Only 2 minutes into doing this, the blue screen came back. So I rang him up. He's got to go back tomorrow to have more surgery, but it's only downgrading from 11 to 10. And that should sort the problem out. But yeah, new camera. Actually look quite like the new camera. A bit further back than I have been with the old one.
Different angle on it.
It needs to definitely be back a little bit more, a bit more like, so we can just see a little dot.
Very funny.
Can you sit far away, huh?
Yeah. Look, I needed some new stuff, but look, tomorrow now we should be back. I've got a new graphics card on it, so that should run. It's running the two monitors are run off the graphics card, so it takes the pressure off the drive. Off the main drive in the CPU. So all above my grade, but there you go. But how are you guys anyway? How are you two?
Yeah, all right.
I was saying how happy I am because I've got to see the ladies in the final.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's all I'm going to say. That congratulations.
Did Beth England get on today? I didn't think she did she?
No, she didn't play today.
But anyway, Andrew,
can I just say before we carry on there? I said, go and read that one first to them.
No, you're hosting, so I'll be a co-host. You started. So
No, go on, because I may have something. I have a phone call to make in a minute. I have to make it, so you take over. I just want to say what a pleasure it was to meet up with Hot God 10 in Dublin last night. James and his two kids. We had a great. He came down to the pub and had a pint with him, and lovely guy, really good. and I hope he enjoys the rest of his trip to Ireland. But with a good old chat.
And Joe, what's good about Hod God 10? He's from my way, he's from my way, Philip, where I used to live in London. So he lived literally down the road. I used to live down. He lives off one of the roads down there. When I moved out, when I lived with my boy's dad, that's the road that I lived down, right near him.
Yeah, no, he's a good lad. He's a good lad. I think the wife was exhausted after all the traipsing around Dublin yesterday and various things. So hopefully they're staying. They're going home tomorrow night, I think.
Yeah. That was nice. Big up to Lisa. Hello. Oh, good morning, good afternoon. We've got Andrew Soccer in, Simon Cohen. Hi, mate. Don't know what that means. Carl Simpson. Spurs are idiots. Like Craig David says, we should only be walking away. We should be walking away.
Yes, it's Craig David's song. It's Craig David's song.
Wow, Saudi signed a Laporte too. I don't know if that's true or not.
It's rumored. It's rumored.
Yeah. Give me Nelson or pause, says Carl Simpson. Got Lily White Lane. Afternoon, the Godfather and me. Big up Lily White Lane. We've got Wembley 1 tap sober. We're playing instead of VDV or alongside both VDV and Romero. Very quickly on that. I was going to ask you on that, Philip and Mia. First of you, Philip, do you think he might revert to a 5 if he's got 3 credible centre backs?
He's never done it before, so I don't know. Be against his usual routine. Okay, maybe against certain teams he might, but as Mia said earlier, I don't think Tapsoba is going to come in and sit on the bench against Van der Ven. I mean, Van der Ven for a debut had a very, very good game on Sunday. So apart from the own goal, if you like, but interesting if Ange would go to back 3. I somehow it kind of takes away the philosophy. It's against his philosophy of attacking. You know, you're more defensive. So I don't know. I don't know. He'll probably surprise us and do something like that.
Yeah. Mia, same question to you. Do you think if he did bring in Tapsoba, we might go to a back 3, play a 5-3-2 or 3-5-2?
No, I can't see him doing that. I really can't. I think if he's going to do anything, he'll more likely change the midfield up because he has done that before. But I don't think he will, and that's why I don't think we're going to get Tapsoba. I really don't.
No, I'm not next door, but I do apologise for the banging next door. My next door neighbour, the landlord, the people that own the house are redoing the decking. So I do apologise for any banging. I will mute if I hear anything so it doesn't disturb from the stream. Look, Philip, I feel really guilty for coming in, taking over. Do you want to continue on with the chat? Go on.
No, go on, you do.
Yeah, Philip, continue. Don't let him take over because he comes in here and he takes over and we'll just find just the 2 of us. That's how, I'm not, don't let him take it over.
I'll read out a few of these then. Dan Davenport saying, I think we should go for Nanto from Leeds. Yeah, he's a tasty little winger, that guy. Very, very quick. I don't know what his end result is like, but he's certainly a bit of a pacemaker, So, and I believe he's not happy with Leeds. He won't sign the contract.
He doesn't want. Yeah, he's not happy at all.
Yeah, I was talking to a Leeds fan last night. He says they're absolutely in shit at the moment because apparently a lot of their players last season were on contract. They could leave at the end of the season if they're relegated, or they have to take a substantial pay cut. So they're nearly all gone now. Even Jack Harrison's gone to Everton. So Leeds are not going to be a good side this season unless they can get some players in. So Joe Roden ended up playing striker for them on Saturday. So,
yeah, I know.
Hey, Mia, love. Yeah, Mia, that's one for you.
Hi, Dan.
And Rooty Toot is saying, afternoon, all big up, Philip Durham and Mia. What's all this continuing noise about Lukaku? Italian media have been saying Lukaku doesn't want Spurs, and British media says Spurs isn't in for him. I would be disgusted, beyond disgust, if we even talk to Lukaku, never mind sign them. What do you reckon?
Look, for me, I'm waiting. I've asked the question, so I'm waiting for an answer. But for the question I got last week was, where is it now? Talks for Lukaku have stalled as well. So, I won't want them at Tottenham.
300 grand a week he's looking for.
I know. You might as well have kept Harry Kane for that. To be fair.
Mia, what do you reckon?
No, I bloody wouldn't. I don't want someone who wears Timberland boots. His first touch is ridiculous. He's just absolutely useless. No, sorry, he doesn't fit in with what we would want anyway. I don't think he would fit Ange at all. So definitely not.
Yeah. And Greg's saying no way he'd ever play a 5 back. He has very distinct ideas about how football should be played. It's a back 4 in the defensive shape. Yeah, that's what we kind of hope. I think we've had enough of a back 5 the past couple of years. And Joseph Monaghan is saying, "Come on, you Spurs." Hi, Joseph. And Column's in the house. Afternoon, all. Still smiling at that penalty he didn't give away on Monday night. And Wayne Bonner is saying, if he brings Tapsoba and then stick him in next to Romero with Emerson and VDV fullbacks and Udogie in a forward role. Don't know about VDV at a fullback. Oh, excuse me. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. What I like about VDV is Philip Amir is the pace he's got. He's almightily fast. He really is. I've got him in my FIFA team and he's quick on that.
I know what he's saying. He's saying have Romero, Tapsoba in the middle, Emerson on one side, and VDV because he can play on that left side. So that's how he would play it, and then Doji further forward. But I don't know if that's what Ange would do. I don't know.
We're missing his place in the middle then, you know?
I've got some breaking news on the striker front, guys, if you want it. This has just come to me.
Give us a bit of good news.
Brighton have knocked back the Ferguson approach Spurs because Spurs did put an approach in for Evan Ferguson. So that's been knocked back. Spurs will not go after Lukaku. I can never say his name for some reason.
Lukaku.
I can't get my teeth around it. I would just call him Mr. Timberland Boots. Not going after him. They're still working on Auburn, but the latest I've got on Auburn is Gift Auburn is currently seen as too expensive for Tottenham Hotspur.
That was a tier. That wasn't a higher tier journalist who said that. All the other journos that have been talking have been saying he's liked all our social media and that we're going to put an offer in. So that one person said it.
Yeah, well,
they've actually seen his replacement as well, so he is going somewhere, wherever it's.
He's going somewhere, but Gent are refusing to budge on the 30 million valuation of the forward. So I think they'll compromise.
He'll wear them down eventually.
I think we offered not far from that. So if we just add it with the add-ons, I think we'll get him, to be honest, because I do feel like that it's been coming out that we're going to put an offer in. So not an official offer hasn't even gone in yet. So I don't know where this nonsense about he's too expensive has come from. I think it's nonsense. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. 30 million for a striker in this day and age is not expensive.
No, it's not.
It's bargain basement stuff, really. I mean, you see the likes of Chelsea pay 115.
That's euros. I think they want 30 million euros. It's not even pounds that they want 30 million.
Yeah, because all of it is on it. Look, for me, look, guys, look, I'm going to start and just go quickly on the chat and then we'll get into it because I'm going to start on the Kane thing. So I'm a bit miffed by it, to be fair. Carl, do you want to read them out, Philip, and I just hit them and you read them?
Carl Simpson, I like the long camera angle, Dermot. I see that you're free on the 18th of August, according to your calendar.
On the 18th of August, we have Newsbeat and the podcast, Philip. So, nice. And even underneath, I've got our names. Who's actually on the show? Like today, we've got DPM, Dermot, Philip, and Mia. Then we've got DP, you and me. Then on Friday, we've got DPM and DP. So, I'm well organised now. I'm right up to deadline day on the 31st. I'm right up to, so I'm well organised. Yeah, I got this actually for $2.99 out of deals. And it just helps.
I think that someone's copying me because I think that you'll find that I was the one who told you about having a calendar. Yeah. So I said to you about it, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, I stuck mine up on the wall.
Mine doesn't need to be stuck on the wall. It's right in front of my laptop. So.
All right. I quite like it there, actually. I need to shorten the camera. I know that. I will sort that out in the next couple of days. Sorry, but it's a brand new camera, so I don't know how to use it. Go on, Philip. Sorry, I'm rabbiting on.
Drula is saying that's how you go down under. That's how you go down under. Come on, the Lionesses.
Yes, Drula, that's the one.
Bring him into trouble. This Pogba thing's never going to leave me alone. I did a FIFA stream, and I did one last night, Philip. and I had to play Pogba because I had no other central midfielders left. Why I bought Pogba in the first place, I do not know what came into me, but I felt weak and I thought bringing a big star. But
You must have been drunk that night, were you?
I was, yeah. I played with youngsters actually. I give 5 of them their first team debut in one match.
Jesus.
Yeah, and that was again. Yeah, I did. Not doing too bad. We're 5th in the league. We're not far off Arsenal or top, but we're 5th. We're still in the cup, so you know, we're going to win it. We're going to win something.
Now, Ruchi Toot saying we've agreed personal terms with Orban, apparently. Well, that seems to be the thing. You agree the personal terms first, then go talk to the club. But we're not that far apart, I don't think, on that. We can't be. We cannot be that far apart.
I don't think so.
The Sumo boy saying, hey, Dermot, met you in the shop today. Oh, there you are. Dermot.
I had a lovely pleasure of meeting him, his brother, and their mum in Aldi. I was in doing shopping today, and then I had a lovely conversation with them. I'm a big Spurs fan, the whole family. Their mum's a massive Glenn Hoddle fan. I think she had a picture taken with Glenn Hoddle back in the day, but a lovely family. So big up Basuma boy. I told him about me and I told him about Dave. So he's going to see the go-to match. He went to the AC Milan as well.
You told him about you and Dave's channels, but you didn't mention anyone else's.
Mia, you're on today, so you can give yourself a plug. You know.
No, I know how it is now. I know where I stand in the pecking order. So next time you want a co-host, just ask Buddy Dave then, eh?
Oh dear. But big up Basuma boy. It was lovely to meet you, and it's nice to meet people that are Spurs fans. I think there's only 3 Spurs fans in Goring now, so there's 3 of us. So we're multiplying. We're getting bigger, but big up. And as I said, if you want a hand with your YouTube channel, just message me or Philip or Mia, and we'll give you any help again. He's a really nice lad, a really polite, well-mannered young man. So big up Basuma boy. Great seeing the chat. Who else we've got? United Spurs of America. Big up Dermot and gang. It should be actually big up. It should be big up the Godfather, the Godmother, and Dermot.
The Godmother. Oh, lovely.
I don't know. What do you call?
You're just cruising for a bruising now, and you like the purple colour anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you call the mafia wife? What do you if you got the Godfather? What do you call the mafia's wife?
I'm not his wife. That's really weird.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, can we just stop it now, please? You're just digging yourself a hole, and I'm about to get a flight over there to bop you over the head. So I suggest.
But no, seriously though, what do you call the? Do you know when you got the Godfather? What do you call the? What's the female version of the Godfather called?
Oh God, the Godmother.
The Godmother, yeah. But anyway,
what is this nonsense we're talking? Honestly.
Brian Bonner, 30 minutes too expensive. Didn't we pay 62 million for Dom Stander still? 29 for Solano, 50 million for Cisco. Yeah, it is.
I think we'll get him. I think we'll get him, no doubt.
Yeah. DPM damage per minute. Yeah, that is so true. Here we go, Philip. This is you, Hot God 10, who you had the pleasure of meeting last night.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dermot, for the chat. Philip, it was a pleasure to meet you last night. I wish I could have stayed longer. Thanks for the Guinness and the wonderful entertainment you produced. Yeah, it was great to meet you, James. It really was, and I hope you enjoyed the pint. And it was actually, I've sent Dermot a video of the last hour of the night last night, which you missed, and we'll send it on to you. But it's, as I told you, it was a lot heavier, a lot more rocky stuff in it. So it was good, very good. It was a great night, and thanks for coming up to see us.
I've got it actually on my other screen ready to stream for you, Philip. So we'll do that at the end, actually. We show a bit of Philip in action. So let me take that there and let me go back to thing. Got a bit of breaking news, guys. It's unconfirmed that Tottenham have sent an official bid of €30 million to KAA Gent for Gift Orban. Bid set to be rejected as Ghent are demanding 40 million. So that is the very latest. Yeah.
Yep. I knew that. I said that we
35. Don't take it
because they increased it. If you watch my video this morning, you'd know they've increased it because of interest from other clubs. Plus, they know we've got the Harry Kane money, so that's why they've increased it.
Yeah.
If any other club, Aston Villa or Not Brighton, if Villa or Wolves bid for him, it'll be 30 million. Because it's Tottenham, it's 40 million.
Yeah. Your Ireland versus USA match was class, Dermot. 4-4, wasn't it? Yeah. We were 3-1 down, Philip, and it got back to 4-4.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. A manager of Ireland as well on FIFA as well as Angie's as well. He's the Ireland manager as well as the Spurs manager. So there you go. Big up, Ange. Wayne Bonner, member for 7 months. Big up, Wayne. Listen, thank you so much. And we want to thank our members, don't we, Philip? Because the likes of Mia, Wayne Bonner, Carl Simpson, they've all been in from the start, haven't they? They really have. And what do you want to say to Wayne Bonner? I just thank you so much for your loyalty. I really am so grateful. I mean,
7 months of listening to Dermot, you know, you're really, really, really a sticker. You're a stayer.
And also, did you read the actual message? He's calling me boss, yeah? So just know around here who's the boss still, innit?
Look, I deserve that after all the Tom Jones stuff.
7 months of listening to me, then.
Wayne, very kind on my channel as well. We've got a big up to Wayne. We love Wayne.
Yeah, we do. But look, that's fair. Fair's fair, Philip. You've had times of me saying Tom Jones, so no, fair's fair. The banter back. It's good banter.
I haven't started yet, boy. I haven't started yet.
No. I'm running scared now. But we got back. If you want to be like Wayne, please pick up a membership. We've got 3 memberships. The first membership is a Madders membership, which 16 of you have already been entered into a competition automatically. Philip's actually dropped out of the competition to add 1 in. So there's 16 of you. Whoever wins that competition will win a Spurs membership at the end of the season. For the rest of you, you're going into another competition which starts on the 1st of September. It's a bit like Soccer Saturday when you have to predict the scores. And we're going to see who gets correct scores, and we'll put you into a league table. Whoever finishes top in that table at the end of the season will win a Spurs shirt of their choice. But to enter, you have to get a membership, which is a $2.99 membership for Madders, $4.99 membership for what's the other membership called, Philip? That's gone from my brain.
The watch along.
The Ange membership. And if you get the watch along membership, you get to come on with me and Philip with any game this season and join us for a watch along. So we can hear your thoughts. It's a little bit of, to give back to you.
Also, breaking news. Apparently Dermot's got a brain.
Whoops. You've silenced them.
Where did I leave it, Mia? Because I've been looking at it for the last 46 years.
I reckon you're probably sitting on it.
Yeah, okay.
Do you ever remember anyone that's a bit of an age profile like myself? Remember Spitting Image?
Yeah.
I remember Spitting Image.
The Ronald Reagan character, and the thing they had going there, the president's brain is missing.
Oh, Lord, the abuse I get, but I do enjoy it. It's good crack. The Seville manager said today that if Arsenal can't beat City, so can Seville. That's true. That's the link to Mia's channel, so please give that a link as well. Great channel, great person, and really is the jewel in the crown of the Spurs community. So big up Mia there. Guys, let's crack on with it. Let's get in with it. And Philip.
Yeah, we've done that one already. We've done that one, yeah.
But can I quickly just speak about the thing with Gift Auburn's? I think it was Wayne made a really good point. What's saying if we meet that 40 million euros that they won't just put it up again? It is a good point because they're obviously playing a bit of silly what's-its, aren't they?
I think if they publicly said it's 40 million and a club matches it, they'd be rather silly looking to suddenly up it again. No, I'd say, let's face it, 40 million is at the upper limit of what he's worth.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he's worth that, Philip. He's worth 25
million. That's what I'm saying. He's not worth any more than that. He's not worth any more than that.
No. Look, just very quickly on the VAR saga, Philip. Look, just my thought on it. You told me they've downgraded the people that were at the Man United game.
They've been stood down for next weekend.
Look, I'm going to put that out there, Philip. Should we just go back to how football used to be played? If the referee missed it, he missed it, and go back to what it was, because this is causing more problems I think for matches now, Wolves should have had a point. We all know that. Now, they might not have scored the penalty. We don't know if they would have not, but they would have had a chance to get a point. Look,
but like
yeah, go on.
I'm saying it's telling that John Moss, the referee's liaison officer, if you want to call him something, was at the game on Monday night at Old Trafford, and he was straight down to the Wolves manager Gary O'Neill after the game and apologised. And next thing we hear, all the officials involved in that match will be stood down next weekend. So they've admitted they made a big mistake, but they shouldn't have made the mistake.
Sorry, mate, go on.
But you know what's worse, Philip, is that they've apologised, but there's no actual consequence. So really, if we're going to retrospectively, they should have given Nana a ban if it was a red card retrospectively. Where's the consequence to this action? Do you know what I'm saying? That's my biggest problem.
Look,
Rugby have a great system. Rugby do that. Rugby can ban a player after a match if the referee missed something. That's the way it should be in soccer. Let's face it, we would have probably got 3 points against Brentford only for that penalty we'll give in.
Yeah, but do you look? We've had VAR. We've had them coming out and apologising, right? Look, if you give a penalty, nothing gets done, then you can't do nothing about it. But they brought out the talk, the video, the audio that they had between the referee and the VAR people.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that's a good thing, Philip, that they're bringing this audio out now? Or do you think you should do it like rugby or American football, that everyone can hear it within the stadium there and then, instead of it coming out, say, 24 hours later?
I don't know about listening to everyone hearing it in the stadium, because that could cause unrest on the terraces if they hear what they hear is don't like what they hear. It should be released, okay. But, I mean, I would love to hear what was said on Monday night between those guys, how they justified the non-giving of that penalty. Because, I mean, of all the VAR decisions I've seen, that was probably the worst. It was the most obvious that they could have got right, but didn't.
Yeah. And Mia, look, sorry, just very quickly, Carl Simpson makes a good point. What happens if Wolves go down by 1 point? That's the point.
Exactly.
But that's my point, isn't it? That it's all well and good saying we can hear the audio. What's that going to achieve? We need to have action after. If they made a mistake, they need to rectify it somehow, because it's ridiculous. Do you know what I'm saying? Absolutely ridiculous.
So, Mia, look, very quickly, would you get rid of VAR completely? I'll start with you in this. Would you get rid of it completely? Yeah or no?
I would. Yeah, Philip? I would, because I feel like it doesn't work.
And what would you just go back to the old days?
Yeah. The thing is, the whole point I thought of it was to come in if there was a clear and obvious mistake. They're not doing that now. They're not doing it. When there's a clear and obvious mistake, they're not interfering. And when there isn't one, so there is one, they're not interfering. When there isn't one, they're interfering. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And Philip, would you get rid of it?
I actually think VAR as a project is an excellent idea. And it should be foolproof, because you've got the time and the technology to find out whether there's mistakes made or not. It's the trained monkeys that are operating it that's causing the problem. It's the people that cannot get there's no consistency. What one guy sees as a foul, the next fella sees as fair game. And that's the problem. And until they sort that out, yes, they should at least amend it to give the benefit of the doubt to the attacking teams. That always thought that was the idea of VAR, to give a little bit of leeway to the attacking team, but that's not the way. If your toenail's offside now, it's given offside.
So if it works in every other sport, why does it not work in football? If it works
because
in
of the
cricket,
it's the operator.
Because, Joe, I believe because there's too much politics within the football ranks. That's why, because it's all to do with certain teams get favoured more, and that's your problem. In other sports, that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
is it corruptible?
We always used to say Liverpool. They were the team that got the most. I think Manchester United now must be heading for that crown after that decision on Monday night. Now,
is it? Very last question on this, Philip and Mia. Is it corruptible?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, if you've got a guy on the thing, he mightn't support the team, but his grandmother or his grandson or his nephew or his uncle might support Man United, and that can just get in your brain a little bit. Like but I think what they should do is they should bring in VAR officials from another country that have no affiliation to any club in England and let them operate it. Then there'll be less. The mistakes.
And do you know what? when you look, Philip, how it was done in like the World Cup and the Euros, how much better was it? It was so much better with those referees, non-English. There was a few English ones, but the non-English ones.
Yeah, you took the word. That was going to say me. You took the words out of my mouth about you look at the World Cup, you look at the European Championships. So you're saying, Philip? I mean, a lot of people are saying keep one person's. A lot of people are saying it's the technology is not the problem; it's the people using it. Which says your point, Philip, that it's the monkeys that are using it.
That's always been my gripe. It's because of the different interpretations. There should be a strict interpretation for every eventuality there, laid down by the referees association, but there's not. These guys are let make up their own mind, and it's causing chaos.
Yeah. I will tell Cockrell again, Mia, congratulations on reaching the milestone. Afternoon game, well done, Mia, on the milestone. And look, me and Philip are really pleased for you, aren't we? We were over the moon, weren't we? When Mia, we really were. We really were, Mia. So big up. Also, big up to Ben Kaufman. Hello, everyone, from sunny Sardinia. Currently beats Tottenham. Big up, enjoy your holiday, Ben. We've got Archibald saying in our game, VAR gave the pen. What's got me was the people ankles got trapped outfield and no free kicks were given. One. You were complaining about this the whole match and the watch along, Philip.
Yeah, the referee was so quick to pull things up outside the area. Booking Spurs players he booked Oliver Skip for a minor tug on a shirt. And yet Odoji had the shirt ripped off his back in the second half. No booking for the Brentford player. But what we want is consistency, absolute consistency. But there's such a lack of it. And I'm just worried. There seems to be a new influx of referees this season, guys I've never even heard of. And it's up to now that they haven't passed the test. Definitely not.
No. Now, guys, this is now going into Philip's anti-league, I would call it. Look, we all know that. Look, I was listening to Simon Jordan yesterday in TalkSport, and they were talking about the Saudi League and how they've come out and said within 24 months they're going to be bigger than the Premier League. And they want to get into the European competitions, the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League, that their teams deserve to be in it. But look, players have gone there, guys. John Henderson's gone there. Mia, you were talking about Neymar, which is, I mean, I was speaking to somebody last night saying he's only 31. What a waste of a talent. He should have gone to the Premier League or gone back to Spain. Now, Tottenham are holding transfer summit today in bid to block Saudi deal.
Yeah. Dermot, we actually discussed this with you.
We've done this one.
We've done this one.
All right. Well, can I have my thoughts on it? The question is,
that's the one.
The question is the Saudi Pro League bad for world football, Philip? Because Amir, because if they're saying within 24 months they're going to be bigger than the Premier League, do you think, Philip? And I'll start with you on this. Do you think? Look, they have a right to start up their own league, but they don't have a right to pollute the pyramid where the European pyramid is, or the British pyramid is. Every team has to work within financial restraints, where the Saudi teams just throw money in it like it's water. You know, so how do you stop a Saudi league trying to get into European competitions and polluting the football pyramid and totally breaking it up completely?
The thing about, Saudi failed in that they tried to take over golf with this Live project, which didn't really work, didn't last too long. Right now, the Saudis want to get into the Champions League. Now, to do that, right, if they do manage that, they're going to have to be subject to exactly the same FFP rules as the rest of the teams in the Champions League, which means every one of their sides is going to be out in their ear after one season because they won't adhere to it. Now, they should be kept out of the Champions League at all costs. I would not want to see any of those teams back ever in the Champions League, because that would give them more leverage, as you say, to take over the world game. Because the Champions League is the biggest competition in world football, I think. I don't think Copa America matches it. And I think in club football, I should say. And I think if they get their feet under the table, then God knows what the results are. Like when you see players like Jordan Henderson earning 40 million a year, and go like Kante 100 million a year, and Neymar 150 million a year, it's obscene. They have a war chest of 160 billion in Saudi Arabia to promote sport. And I'd say they haven't even scratched the surface of it yet.
Yeah. And Mia, look what happened. Philip rightly said the golf thing. They've now got into bed with one another. That I think they did, and I think the PGA were wrong to do that. But look, that's their sport. Could you see them trying? I mean, there's rumours saying they want to buy the Premier League. Could you see them coming to the Premier League and saying, "We're going to offer you 80 billion for the Premier League as an entity"? Yeah. Would you see UEFA or FIFA knocking down, or would you just see them? No, go ahead. You can enter this competition. You can enter that competition. It's all down to money at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Money talks, isn't it? That's what they say. Money talks, man. As long as they're getting some money. Don't forget, FIFA and the FA, they're not exactly got clean hands. You know, they've been known to be a little bit on the wrong side of the track sometimes with what they do. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. Not at all.
Yeah, look. For me, Philip, this is going to. I know your views on that sort of the Middle East thing, and I do agree with you. Just one question, and then we move on to a comment that we probably haven't talked about. Is you look at the amount of money players are getting now, Philip? Like you named a few. Look, if they did come in and pollute, say, the British football pyramid, would that collapse very quickly? And will we have clubs just spending just for the sheer head of spending? Or what does the FA need to do to stop this happening? Stop them, polluting?
Well, the FA would need to make sure that if they try and buy are you saying they're going to try and buy out the Premier League?
No, what I think what I heard yesterday from memory is Simon Jordan said that they put out a statement said they will be bigger than the Premier League within 24 months. That they will have all the best players, the best league in 24 months. Simon Jordan made the point, if they did try to buy the Premier League, say for 70 billion, the pyramid would collapse because it would be everyone would be able to spend what they want. They're going to pollute it.
Let's face it, it's the clubs that are in the Premier League would have to have a say in that. I think there'd be a strong objections to Saudi influence like that. The thing about being the biggest league in 2 years, if they keep buying up all the players from all over Europe, that probably will happen. That probably will happen now. I mean, what should be a league that's used for as a next step to retirement for players of 30 and 35 years of age? Well, I don't mind them going to Saudi Arabia, but select 25-year-olds and 20-year-olds that have got big futures ahead of them, selling their soul for an extra couple of million a year. That's what annoys me. The more of them go, the more chance there is they will be a bigger league than the Premiership in 2 or 3 years' time. But as to the future ownership, that's another day's work. I don't think they'll ever get to take over the Premier League. No. But the Premier League will probably not be able to. Well, you'll probably happen. The Sky will start showing matches from Saudi Arabia rather than matches from the Premiership, which means the money's going to go down for the teams in the Premiership. So that will affect the Premiership badly. So I think something's got to be done here and stop them in their tracks before they get too much of a foothold.
Yeah. Last thing on this, Mir, I'll let you have the last word on this. Gary, back to UEFA will resist the Saudi League, however, FIFA will drop their trousers for them. It's actually true, though, isn't it?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think so. I honestly do. Like I say, I can see it happening with the players they're getting in. I think they're going to worm their way into competitions, etc. 100%. I can see it happening.
Right. You've talked about Gift Orban, haven't you? So you've talked about that.
Well, we talked about him. Yeah.
But the question is, though, and I'll start with me: should Spurs have had a plan? Thanks for changing that, by the way, Philip. Really appreciate that. Because it did say something different, to be fair. Should Spurs had a plan after the Kane sale? And look, I think they should have done. I think they should have had players ready to go. As soon as Harry Kane is sold, right, we're going after that player. We need to bring in a top goal scorer. That someone's going to get you 25, 30 goals a season. Now, I know you may disagree in this, me, and I look, I have my reasons why, and your points are very valid too. But do you think Spurs have slipped up here?
How do we know they haven't got a plan? You're assuming that they haven't got a plan. You're assuming because we haven't got Gift Orban in already. Don't forget that when Ange spoke, he said they had a plan for when Harry Kane left. So I don't know why everyone's assuming there's just assumptions and conjecture because it's not getting done as quickly as fans would like.
Yeah,
I totally agree with you. Absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, Philip.
By the way, can I just say something? If I'd left that the way it was up before, Spurs fans would be thinking Daniel Levy had bought a plane after Harry Kane. Should Spurs have a plane after Harry Kane?
As I always say, dyslexia is a bitch.
That's what he's done. He's has to buy a private jet for himself.
Yeah. Look, Philip. I think we should have had players in already. We should have had the striker in to replace Harry Kane, or the deal ready to go. If we knew we were getting this money for Harry Kane. What I mean by having a plan is having your players ready to go. That if that deal goes through, we can go and have that deal done.
But you know that's not how transfers work, Dermot.
I know.
Just like so, you're playing basically computer game version of what happens, but the real life version isn't like that.
No, but look, you can identify the players you want to bring in.
They have.
Yeah. But,
how do you know they haven't? That's what I'm saying. You're just it's just conjecture because fans are so nowadays. They want everything right here, right now. Back in the day, we only had newspapers to read. If a deal got hold up a sec. Let me just finish my points because you obviously you've had yours. If basically back then you'd read in a newspaper on teletext that a player got signed, and then you'd be like, wicked, fantastic. But honestly, it is just like everyone thinks we're playing some sort of computer game. That's not how it works. And we did have a plan because we already had Gift Orban is someone who sets like we wanted. So I don't know what people expect.
Look, I can remember the old days as well as anyone, waiting for teletext or waiting for the back of the paper to buy players. So I know what you're saying. I do agree with you. But Philip, look, should we have had we've heard about Gift Orban all summer. Should we go for somebody that's a bit more experienced, or would you go for a younger striker, unexperienced striker?
I'm open to. I would like Vlahovic, to be honest with you, but I mean, if Vlahovic would be too expensive. Orban is a good striker. He's got a good, and he's young. Okay, he's inexperienced, hasn't played in the Premier League, but I think we've been after him. I think we've had a number of strikers on the list to come in for Harry Kane for a number of weeks now, but. Up to last Friday or Saturday, nobody actually knew officially whether Harry Kane was going or not. And if you were a striker playing regularly for your club, would you want to come to a team thinking you're going to be Harry Kane's replacement? Suddenly he's staying and you're not his replacement. You're sitting on the bench every week. So that's something to do with it. Now is the time. There should be no barriers to signing a striker now. Absolutely none. We've got the money. We've got the strikers identified. Go and get the bloody thing done.
Would you go for Thiago of Celtic?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would. Yeah, I would.
So
he's just signed a 4-year contract.
I know he has.
There'd be too much money. He's just signed a 4-year contract.
Yeah, but the point is, the question: would you go for him if he was available?
But he's not, so there's no point in me saying yes or no.
That's all right. Okay, fair enough.
It's just a pointless thing. It's a bit like saying, "Do I want a Ferrari?" Yeah, I would like a Ferrari, but I'm not going to get one.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair enough. I just thought, did you like him as a player? That's what I was.
Yeah, he's a good player, but he's not coming to us. So,
you says Angie's going to build a team good enough to compete over the next few years. Then Ryan Mason will be given the manager's job.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
No. Ben says our transfer strategy for getting players out is beyond an embarrassment. 36 players on the books.
Sky this morning had they had a quick brief thing about Spurs. They named the 8 players that Spurs are hoping to get rid of. Eric Dyer was one of them, by the way, as well as Hugo Lloris and Ndombele, Jed Spence. The usual suspects, really. And they said they expect movement. They expect movement over the next couple of weeks, and a lot of them. Not all of them, but some.
No. Who do you think will be the first ones out?
I think Hugo Lloris is looking like. I think some Italian club are after Hugo Lloris.
Yeah,
which would be good for him. And Ndombele, doesn't want to go to Turkey. But I think it's going to come to the stage with him. I think we're going to have to cancel his contract or try and get his cancelled contract. Cannot afford to keep paying that guy 200 grand a week for doing absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous. This is the Hugo Lloris level, isn't it?
Yeah, but Galatasaray are sort of in for him as well. So do we just drop our
I
prices?
don't think he wants to go to Turkey, though. He doesn't even want to go to Turkey. I don't think that fella wants to go anywhere. There might be a bit of work to be done.
But how can you cancel a contract, Philip, if they won't cancel it? If you have to come to some agreement, don't you?
Well, you have to agree with, yeah. But I mean, if he agrees to cancel his contract, it'll allow him to go wherever he wants, go to on a free transfer, basically. It means we're going to take a huge hit, but at least he's off the payroll, which is a big thing at the moment. And let's pay that guy's getting 800 grand a week, 800 grand a month off us at the moment.
Amir, Eric Dyer, Sanchez, you want them out as well? Or would you keep Sanchez because of how... Look, I'm not getting on the Sanchez train, but is he good as a backup?
He'd be good as a backup. It's my thing. If he wasn't, I think we need to get someone else in who is going to be a backup, and then we've got someone else behind that just in case. I think that would be okay. But yeah, if you look, I did a video this morning, so please go and watch it after this, guys. And the list of outgoings is quite long that we're looking at, to be honest. I do think it will be done. I do think we're looking to get those done.
Drew said exclusive. Tottenham are considering Matu Alemany as a potential option as a new director of football starting from September.
And this is in addition to Scott Munn. That's unusual.
So hang on a minute. What's Scott Munn's job then?
He's more or less taking over the administration side of it. It's not the football side of it. He'd be taking a lot of Daniel Levy's work.
Yeah, but he was supposed to do the football side. That's what he was brought in to do, the football side.
Maybe they've had to change their heart. Maybe they've had to change their heart on that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that Don's been working in the background personally myself.
Oh, he has. Yeah, he has. Absolutely.
Yeah. Fab just tweeted it. All right. Oh, okay. That's a bit confusing. Philip, look, Lazio grant permission to talk with Tottenham icon Hugo Lloris, and Lazio are looking to bring him in. A lot of big clubs are after him. Philip, are you surprised?
No, not really. No, not really. I mean, he's an iconic footballer. He's a World Cup winner. I honestly think he'll end up going to Saudi Arabia as well. That's my impression. He'll go there for one last big payday.
Yeah, and Mia, would you like? Do you know? Are you surprised some big clubs are in from?
Not really. I think that we knew that he was leaving, and depending on what clubs come in, I'm not surprised. Lazio is probably about right for him, I would say, probably.
I can get a bit more here. For it, so exclusive. Tottenham are considering Matu Alemany as a potential new director of football starting from September. Alemany will part ways with Barca on September the 2nd. I was close to Aston Villa in June. Premier League opportunities could return soon with Spurs. So there you go.
I'm just after reading a very funny one here. It's not Spurs related, but it's funny. David Raya, you know, who's about to sign for Arsenal, has signed for Arsenal on loan. He has a tattoo on the back of his neck, which states the 13th of the 8th, 21. Somebody asked him, was that the date of the birth of your child or death of a family member? No, it's to commemorate Brentford thrashing Arsenal 2-0 in his first ever Premier League game. And now he's going to play for Arsenal.
I like that.
I do. Look, we all criticise Hugo Lloris for his goalkeeping last year, guys. Do you think a slower league is better for Hugo now? The Italian league's quite slow, so it's like the Spanish league. European football is not as fast and thunderous as the Premier League. Would you think a slower league?
Yeah, of course it would. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. He's 37, so I'd love to see him get one last big payday because I mean, let's face it, he was a great leader for us, a great goalie for us most of the time.
Do you think he deserves a testimonial, Mia?
Yeah, I think people are forgetting all the beginning part of what he did and judging him basically on the latter years. And I think it's a little bit unfair, to be honest. I do like Lloris. I think he's given us some really good times. He's done some absolutely brilliant saves. He's got us out of trouble a few times. So, yeah, I definitely think that he should get one.
But, I think that the problem with a lot of Spurs fans and every other team's fans is you're only as good as your last big mistake. That's what's remembered, not the good times you had before that, you know.
Yeah, people are just too quick to forget nowadays, though, aren't they? That's the thing. I think people forget the penalty save against Aubameyang against when was at Wembley. I was at that game. The penalty that he saved in the Champions League against Guerrero. Like Joe, they're not that long ago, you know. So he's definitely got us out of a few sticky moments, and all the other saves that he's done.
Would you call Hugo a legend of the club? Carl Simpson
maybe
is.
not quite.
Carl says Hugo is a legend at the club.
Yeah, I'd say over the length of time he has. Yeah, probably would. Like he's not a legend. Like he's not a legend in the Harry Kane or the Paul Gascoigne and the Glenn Hoddle mode, but he's close.
Everyone's trying to put in where Scott Mon is. He's going to be in the new. Somebody put in here. He's going to star in the new Futureship film. Apparently, taking over Harrison Ford. We've got Ellie saying, "Lionesses, woo! We did it. World Cup incoming. We're going to do it. We're to play Spain on Sunday." Mia, very quickly, do you think you can do it?
Oh, it's going to be a difficult game. Spain have got a good team, so it's going to be tough for us. But I feel like if we stick to how we've been, like what we do, I think we'll be all right. We have to be very defensively switched on with Spain, though. Very defensively switched on. Today was we did show a good performance, but we really have to be on our A game, I think.
I think England will actually be the underdogs in that match.
Do you think that might suit them, Philip? Do you think that
might do? Yeah. Plus the fact I think they'll have much bigger support out there than Spain. Mind you, I don't know whether the Aussies will support England after beating them today now, but maybe not. We'll see.
Andrew Gerke, Hugo, the best keeper since Clements? I thought Eric Torsvik was very good.
Torsvik, yeah. Paul Robinson was good too. He wasn't there that long. Yeah.
Ian Walker.
Yeah, certainly. Oh, yeah. I'd say probably yes.
Are you having a laugh, buddy? Ian Walker.
Ian Walker, yeah.
Tony Parks. He saved one good penalty. That was it, wasn't it? Really.
Look how important that was, though. Look how important that was.
I know. We've got Billy Hotspur. Get rid, but keep goalie. Kept rid of VL, but keep goalie technology.
Yeah, the goal line.
Do you know? Someone's just posted in the group chat. This is what they're going to offer Neymar: a Bentley Continental GT, an Aston Martin, a Lamborghini, and also 4 Mercedes G-Wagons and a van of the same brand, who will have a driver and 25-room mansion. That's insane.
That's ridiculous. Insane. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Barry Daines. I watched him last night, actually. Ellie said Mia made a great joke about the ref today.
Yes, I did. I said she was really terrible today, the referee. Absolutely appalling. And I said that she blows more than Katie Price.
Fair enough. Will McDonald says, Dermot, please, Ian Walker, he cost me a telly. I still laugh at that. He chucked his telly out the window when Ian Walker made a mistake. Good job it landed in the boat. Or he'd be sending this text from the free bread and breakfast they have in America.
Oh, yeah.
You've forgotten Bobby Mims. Oh, he was awful. Poor Bobby Mims. I'm very sorry for him. Dyer could be going back to Lisbon. That's what I've heard, but we're waiting to see. And did you see Fabinho after a good game got given a 20k Rolex from a fan?
But did you also see the video going around about the most inappropriate medal ceremony ever? It must have been at the Paralympics. There was an athlete who had no arms. Now, literally, his arms only came down to his elbows, and the prize he was given was a watch.
I don't mean to laugh. I really don't mean to laugh.
Really inappropriate prize giving ever.
I'm laughing at the shockness of it. I mean, I'm laughing at the. I mean, you would have to be blind, brain dead, and stupid, you know.
Honestly, he could wear it around his ankle, I suppose. He could wear it around his ankle, but you know.
Come on, Philip. That is bad. Mia, look, do you want to give your channel a massive plug there?
Yeah, if you haven't done so already, then you should be giving your head a big wobble. Go over, please, to Spurs Between the Lines. I will chuck the link in the chat for you all.
I was actually going to look for it, actually, because I know you put it in already. So I was just looking for it. But if you put it at the bottom, I'll bring it up.
There we go. Oh, I spelled my name wrong, which ain't very helpful, but, you know, it is what it is.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, everyone, please get over to Spurs Between the Lines. There's Mia's channel. Thank you so much for coming on today, Mia. And please get over and watch her shows. The best on YouTube. They really are good. So well done, Mia. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
On the 1,000. Philip, we're back tomorrow for Newsbeat.
Yeah, can I have a word with you about that? I'm just after hearing of a slight problem I have tomorrow. I'll talk to you offline of that in a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, hang on. Anyway, I'm back tomorrow. Anyway, we're back tomorrow. Me and Mia, myself and Mia, or just me. We're back tomorrow. And then, of course, we're back on Friday with Newsbeat and the podcast. Me and Philip do a weekly. Then, Philip, we've got the build-up for the Man United game. We've got the watch-along. Yeah. We've got the post-match on Sunday. And then Monday, the Premier League review returns. Myself.
Excuse me one second.
Yeah.
I just need to
okay.
Back in one second.
Yeah. All right. Myself, Philip, and Mia. I'm probably Colin will join us again. But please do get over to Mia's channel, hit that subscription, but do it on here as well. Hit the subscription, hit the like button as well, in notification button. Please pick up your memberships on both channels. It does help us grow, doesn't it, Mia? It really does, and it helps us get new equipment, doesn't it? And
yeah,
and new content. So look, we feel like we're begging. We're not. We know times are hard.
Begging, just saying. I'm not the one doing the begging. Just, you know.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Okay. We've got Ellie. Congratulations to Mia. 1K subscribers. She did it.
Thank
Big up,
you.
Mia. We've got Daniel Field. Nice one, Dermatron. And then we've got Wembley one. Great show, people. Cheers. Daniel says, "Oh, chipping." All right. Well, look, $2.99, $4.99. It does help us, and it helps us on the way, because we and Philip want to keep doing this, don't we, Philip? We enjoy doing this YouTube lark. It's good fun.
Oh, yeah. It is indeed.
We get to see Philip angry after Tottenham lose. I'm not. Philip was Dermot. I'm going to say something that may regret. So we hope we don't get that on Saturday with Man United. Whatever you do, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday afternoon. We haven't done Fred. Philip, what's Fred up to today?
What's Fred up to today? Let's see. It's well, God, I'm to think of something here.
Could this be Scott Munn running out the door when he realised Levy's caught him doing something he shouldn't have been doing?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, well. That's actually Neymar jumping out the window when he realised his Lamborghini's not the colour he wanted.
I thought that's brilliant. That's a funny one. We got here. That was Levy running away from the biosecurity of the wall.
Oh, by the way, I meant to say, anybody see the Harry Kane interview this morning?
No.
He was interviewed by Sky Sports in Munich for 10 minutes. And the word Tottenham, right, only appeared once. And he was never asked, how do you feel about leaving your old club? He completely dissed himself from Tottenham. And the only way it came up was something when I was at Tottenham. That was the one. Once he mentioned it, I thought it was very, very, very planned. It was obviously planned that way, that Spurs are now in his past and nothing to do with his future. I thought it was sad. He could have at least said goodbye to the players, or I miss me playing, me mates at Tottenham or something. But no, didn't even do it. So, anyway.
All these people who said about Harry Kane and but he loves Tottenham, but it seems like he soon forgot you guys. He soon forgot you. Just saying.
Loves Munich now.
Yeah, Dermo, you're going to have to send Fred.
That should be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. Dermo, you're going to have to send Fred some royalties. I know. Me and Philip are in talks with him at the moment. They're very tight. They're very tough talks at the moment. Really are. And she says, Dermot, Ellie says, damn it, you've angled your camera differently. I got a new camera, mate, Ellie. So a bit different. And then we've got Kane's gone to a bigger pastures. Look.
Do you know what? With Harry Kane, I've not watched anything to do with him because I've got absolutely zero interest in what he says.
I've unfollowed him on Twitter and Instagram and everything. He's gone as far as I'm concerned.
Can I just say he's kept up his record of not winning a trophy? Even if it was the Charity Shield, he's kept up his record. So
he's close to Munich already now.
Yeah, he has. Anyway, listen, big up to you all. We're back tomorrow. Any breaking news, we will be back. If there's any major breaking news over to Give Orban, we will come on straight away and tell you about it. But till then, we're back tomorrow at 4 with Newsbeat and then the podcast and Newsbeat on Friday. Whatever we do, look after yourself. Have a great afternoon. Come on, you Spurs. In the mighty Ange we trust.